Picture a chessboard, each piece representing a different business in a competitive market. But what if one piece stood out, ruling the board as a monopoly? This is the world as seen through the eyes of Peter Thiel, co-founder of PayPal and author of 0 to 1. Thiel's monopoly theory challenges conventional wisdom and sparks a fascinating debate about the dynamics of business. We're about to take a deep dive into the realm where competition is for losers and monopolies reign supreme. Stay tuned as we delve into Thiel's intriguing perspective on monopolies. Peter Thiel in his book 0 to 1 states a bold thesis: competition is for losers. Now this statement might seem counterintuitive. After all, isn't competition the lifeblood of capitalism? But Thiel argues otherwise. He believes that for a startup to truly succeed, it should aim to build a monopoly. Thiel states that in a world of competition, businesses are constantly fighting for the same piece of the pie, leading to razor-thin profit margins and a lack of innovation. On the other hand, a monopoly, according to him, allows a business to set its own rules, create unique products, and enjoy healthy profit margins. This shift in business philosophy, from competition to monopoly, is a radical one. It challenges the very essence of what we've been taught business. So, what makes a monopoly more appealing than a competitive market? If you're curious, know more about such insightful business philosophies, and want to stay updated with the latest trends, hit the like button and subscribe to our channel, Office Hours AI. Let's face it, monopolies have some undeniable benefits. They can push the boundaries of innovation, as they have the resources to invest in research and development. They can bring in high profit margins, providing a cushion against economic downturns. And they offer control, the ability to steer the direction of an industry. But what about competition? Doesn't it drive businesses to better themselves, to offer more to consumers? Sure, competition can be beneficial. It can lead to diverse offerings, keep prices in check, and prevent any one entity from having too much power. However, competition also has its drawbacks. It can lead to price wars, where companies undercut each other to the point of financial instability. It can result in commoditization, where products become so similar that they lose their unique value. And it can create an environment where businesses are so focused on outdoing each other that they lose sight of their ultimate goal, serving their customers. Now, we're not saying that all monopolies are good or that all competition is bad. Rather, we're highlighting the contrasting dynamics of these two business realities. The goal of any startup, as Peter Thiel suggests, should be to strive for monopoly status. Because in a monopoly, a company can set its own rules, dictate its own terms, and truly innovate without the fear of being outcompeted. But how does a company transform itself into a monopoly? Thiel outlines 4 critical steps to building a monopoly. Now let's delve into these steps and see how they've played out in the real world. First, we have proprietary technology. This is something that allows a company to do what others cannot. Take Google, for example. Its search algorithm was a game changer and still remains unrivaled. Secondly, network effects. This is when a product becomes more valuable as more people use it. Facebook is a perfect example here. The more friends you have on the platform, the more you're likely to use it, creating a powerful cycle that's hard for competitors to break. The third step is economies of scale. This is when a company grows so large that it can produce goods or services at a lower cost than its competitors. Amazon, with its vast distribution network, is a prime example of this. And finally, branding. This is about creating a product or service that stands out in the marketplace. Apple, with its iconic logo and design, has certainly achieved this. These steps, according to Thiel, are not just strategies but necessities for any startup aiming to build a monopoly and dominate its market. They provide a path to innovation, profit margins, and control. However, monopolies are not without their critics. As we'll see next, there's a darker side to this story. One that involves potential abuse of power and negative impacts on consumer choice. Despite their benefits, monopolies carry a dark side. Like any power, when unchecked, it can lead to negative outcomes. The main criticisms associated with monopolies are reduced consumer choice, higher prices, and potential abuse of power. Take the case of Microsoft in the late 90s. The tech giant was accused of stifling competition by bundling its internet browser, Internet Explorer, with its Windows operating system. This gave Microsoft an unfair advantage, and the company was eventually hit with antitrust charges. Similarly, the current dominance of tech giants like Google, Amazon, and Facebook has raised questions about their influence over our lives and the economy. These companies have been accused of using their monopoly power to quash competition, exploit users' data, and manipulate markets. There's also the issue of higher prices. When a company has a monopoly, they can charge whatever they want because consumers have no other options. This can lead to economic inequality as the rich get richer and the poor get poorer. Moreover, monopolies can stifle innovation. When there's no competition, there's less incentive for a company to improve its products or services. And when a monopoly dominates a market, it can be difficult for new and innovative companies to break in and challenge the status quo. But what's the economic impact of these monopolies? The debate rages on. Are monopolies beneficial or detrimental to the economy? Let's delve into this question. On one side, proponents argue that monopolies can stimulate innovation. With the security of a dominant market position, companies can afford to invest heavily in research and development. They can take bold risks, push boundaries, and pioneer new frontiers. Think about how Google revolutionized the way we navigate the internet. Monopolies can also create jobs and contribute significantly to economic growth. When a company monopolizes a sector, it often needs a larger workforce to manage its vast operations. This can lead to job creation and a boost in the local economy. But it's not all roses and sunshine. Critics argue that monopolies can stifle competition, leading to a lack of diversity in the marketplace. This can result in higher prices, lower quality products, and less consumer choice. Moreover, monopolies can exacerbate economic inequality. When wealth and power are concentrated in the hands of a few, it can widen the gap between the rich and the poor. Then there's the potential for abuse of power. Without effective competition to keep them in check, monopolies may engage in unfair business practices. They may exploit their dominant position to the detriment of consumers and smaller businesses. So, are monopolies a boon or a bane? It's a nuanced question with no easy answers. Let's wrap up our journey into the world of monopolies. As we've seen, Thiel's monopoly theory is complex and thought-provoking. It challenges the traditional belief that competition is the bedrock of a healthy economy. Instead, Thiel posits that the pursuit of monopoly, not competition, should be the goal of every startup. He asserts that monopolies drive innovation, enjoy healthy profit margins, and maintain control over their destiny. At the same time, we acknowledge the shadow side of monopolies: reduced consumer choice, higher prices, and potential abuse of power. The economic impact of monopolies is a contentious issue with compelling arguments on both sides. Some argue monopolies can stimulate innovation and job creation, while others express concern over economic inequality. This theory, like all theories, is not a one-size-fits-all solution, and it's crucial to consider the specific circumstances of each industry and market. So, are monopolies a necessary evil, or a threat to fair competition? Let's continue this discussion and unravel the complexities of the business world together. From chessboards to monopoly boards, we've taken a deep dive into Thiel's monopoly theory. We've journeyed through the quest for monopoly status and its potential rewards to the shadows that monopolies can cast. We've weighed the economic impact, the pros and cons. To delve deeper into this fascinating theory, consider exploring Peter Thiel's book, 0 to 1. It's an intriguing manual for startup founders and curious minds alike. Subscribe for more insightful content and join us on our social platforms. Thank you for joining us on this exploration of Peter Thiel's monopoly theory. Until next time, keep questioning the status quo.